guys, Angie the Craftnado here, and I am going to do a little whip and chat today. This is my first whip and chat. Actually, it's not my first, it's my second. The first one, though, I rambled on for about 25-30 minutes until I looked up and realized that I wasn't being recorded. So, I had gotten a phone call and my recording stopped. So, I was so frustrated, that was a couple weeks ago, that I haven't tried it again. So, we're going to do take two and see how it goes. So, first of all, let me just say Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there, whether you're a mother of a human or of a fur baby or an aunt or even a godmother, or you're a mother to somebody or you have a mother. So, Happy Mother's Day, everyone. Today we're working on Diamond Art Club Wildflowers Butterflies. This is my entry for the Butterflies with Diamonds event going on. And yeah, let me just show you what I've got done so far. This is a monster. I'm going to turn it the right way because I'm working sideways right now. But I'll just turn it so you can see where I'm at, what I've got done so far. Doesn't it look gorgeous, you guys? I am stunned. You know, when I looked at this blank canvas before I put drills on it, I have to say I thought it was going to look maybe a little too cartoonish, I guess. Not just less than realistic, but now that it's got drills on it, I love it. I'm thinking it is looking so beautiful. And I've got kind of a different idea of what I want to do with this when it's finished. It's going to be a gift for a dear friend who is like a mother to me. And I am going to, she has a outside patio area in her backyard where she has a hot tub, and I am going to seal this, and I am going to frame it in a way that she can hang it outside by her patio area where her there's an overhang so it won't get damaged by the weather or anything. Let me just get a symbol real quick and so I can get started. And anyway, so yeah, I'm making this for her, and so this is going to be kind of an experiment. It is going to be protected by an overhang, but it is going to be outside, so I'm not really sure. Kind of an experiment to see how it's going to hold up. Hopefully it'll do all right. The lighting in this room is tragically bad. I usually have a work light that I have on behind me when I diamond paint in here. I'm in my craft room today, but if I turn that light on, I'm afraid that it's just going to be, I'm going to give it a try. I'm just going to see what it looks like. Oops, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to jiggle you guys all around. Oh, that's awful, isn't it? Is that awful? No, it adjusted. You'll get used to it. You're not watching me anyways, are you? And I really kind of need it. I'm blind. I've got my glasses on and I still couldn't see without that light on. So you'll get used to it. But yeah, so I've started on this canvas on April 28th was the day that the event began. So I'm making pretty good time with it. I actually put it away for a little while. For some reason, I was on this kick where I wanted to work on a Christmas canvas. I don't know why. I don't know what was up with that. So I got out, and I wanted to work on a square because I finished up Artemisa a few weeks ago, and that was a square. And you know, I always said that I didn't really like squares, or I tell myself that I don't really love squares. Yet when I was finished with it, I was, after about a week, I was really craving working on a square. So I pulled out Diamond Art Club's Starry Night Santa. And I've been working on that for the last few days. And last night I didn't feel like working on either of these, so I pulled out a little partial that I had, and I worked on that while I watched some lives and watched some videos. So, you know, variety is the spice of life. I always have too many. I'm not going to say too many because there's no such thing as too many, but I've always got more projects kitted up than the average person, I think. I'll tell you what, I kit up as many projects as I have storage for. And I just got a new Craftmates lockable last week. They had them on sale, you guys. If you, I'm not sure if they still are on sale, but if you want to check out Amazon, Craftmates lockables were on sale for $19.79, and that's an excellent deal for those. That's even cheaper than if you go to Michael's and you have their 20% off a regular price item coupon. The only time I've ever seen them cheaper is Michael's one time did have them 50% off, and I was able to snag a couple then. So that makes 4 sets of Craftmates lockables that I have, and I absolutely love those. They have 56 grids, and they are big enough that you can fit a large bag of drills in each container. My second favorite, everybody raves about the Harbor Freights. I'm not a huge fan of the Harbor Freights. I don't know why. They're just not my favorite. I think it's the way that they lay in the box on their side, and then you've always got to jiggle them to get the drills to get out of the little seam before you open them, and they get stuck in the hinges, and they're just not my favorite storage solution. I do have, 6 or 7 of those. So I've got stuff kitted up in those. And then I have my other favorite, my second favorite, which are these guys. And I know a lot of people rag on these. A lot of people don't like these. I love these. Whoops. I don't know where that came from. But they're also a 56 grid storage solution. They're just the little pill bottle things with 4 in a section. And I really like them. I have, I think, like 15 of these total. Yeah, 3 sets. They came in a set of 5 for $15, which is a great deal. So I can kit up an entire large canvas like this. This canvas here is, let me get the dimensions, 56 by 84. So I can kit up a 56 by 84 in 2 of these. So you're going to need, and it has 54 colors, so you would need 3 Harbor Freights, right? I'm not doing that math, whatever. You would need more than 2 Harbor Freights to do the same thing. So even though you can't fit as much in these little containers, I really like them. They're still my old standby favorites as far as that goes. So this painting has been a lot of fun to work on. The drills have all been really good. I haven't had any trash drills. It is a round. It is currently out of stock. I want to say it's available for... No, it's not. It's just out of stock right now. But it'll be available for pre-order soon. And if you're a member of the Diamond Art Club Facebook VIP group, they do have on there a file that you can download that has their restock calendar. So it tells you when their actual restock date is estimated to be, but they've been putting stuff out for pre-order much before that restock date. But you can look and kind of judge by when, like, what I've been doing is, okay, something says it's going to be available for restock on, say, June 1st. I noticed, okay, they put that up for pre-order on May 1st. So that means if there's one that I want that's going to be available for restock on June 15th, they're going to put that up for pre-order on May 15th. So you can kind of get ready and keep an eye out that way. So if you are, I think you have to be a Ruby or Diamond to join that Facebook group. I'm not sure what the parameters actually are, but you know, if you're a DAC customer and you're not a part of that Facebook group, check into it, because It's a fun way to see all the DACs completed. You know, people posting their WIPs and their completions. And, you know, it's also a nice way to have a look at that restock calendar, which I really like. So now I'm flopping all over the place again. It wouldn't be me if I didn't flip-flop all over the place. I started talking about what I'm using, and I went off on that whole tangent. So I'm using my little 56 grid organizers. I'm using my just regular Star Wars big tray. My Star Wars release papers, 4x6, which I love. Excuse me. For sectioning off my canvases. I'm using Not Your Mama's Mud. I think this is Warm Apple Cinnamon. This is one of my very favorites for my multi-placer. Microdot, my single placer. And this pen, you guys, this pen is an experiment. I'm experimenting with this pen. I have custom pens from different turners. Pen turners. I have Flower Girl Blanks made hybrid pen. I have a snakeskin pen. I have all kinds of fancy pens. I saw this on Facebook or on Amazon. I was looking for something completely different. Came across this pen listing. It was $6.57 for an acrylic pen. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to check that out. I'm going to see if that really is anything. Is it junk? Is it worthwhile? Is it, you know, what's it all about? So I ordered it. And I've been using it now for about a month. And it's holding its own. I mean, it's holding steady and strong. I'm not having any problems with it whatsoever. So you don't have to spend a lot of money to get a pen other than the, just because, you know, when I first started diamond painting, I used the pink pens that come with the kits. And I thought to myself a lot, I thought, why would somebody spend so much money on all these other pens? There's nothing wrong with this pen with a squishy on it, blah, 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 blah. Well, then I got my first acrylic pen. And I realized the difference immediately. I mean, just the weight of it and the thickness of it are so much more ergonomically comfortable that I saw why people don't exclusively use pink pens if they're doing any amount of not serious diamond painting, but like diamond painting for a long time. So, not to mention the fact that it's like anything, collecting the paraphernalia becomes a part of the hobby and craft as well. You know, we collect beautiful cover minders and we collect beautiful pens, and I can't use more than one pen at once, so why do I need more than one pen? Well, I need more than one pen because they're pretty and because they have different designs and, you know, they look different, you know, just because. Some of them have different shapes. It's just part of the collection and part of the hobby is collecting those different elements to it. So, but yeah, I wanted to test this out, and I'm happy to report that thus far, a month in, my $6.57 pen is holding its own against my more expensive pens. As far as durability goes. And this, you might think this is ugly. I didn't think it was ugly. I thought it was kind of nice. But they had all different kinds of colors and designs. So if you're in the market and if you want to try out an acrylic pen, but you don't want to spend an arm and a leg, and you don't want to wait for a custom to be hand turned, which that process can be a test in your patience. Depending, not saying that it's not well deserved, not saying that that's a bad thing. It takes the pen turners a lot of time and energy and craftiness to come up with what you're ordering, and it is a custom order. So you have to expect that it's going to take a little bit of time. But if you want to just have something real quick and you don't want to spend a lot of money on it, to try it out and see if you would like the acrylic pens rather than using the pen that comes with the kits, this might be a good option for you for just a few bucks. So there's that. So that's what I am working with today as far as my tools are concerned and my canvas. So what else is going on? What is going on? I haven't got to anything that's going on yet. Just sent my husband to Meijer, the grocery store. He does all of our grocery shopping. I do not generally leave the house. By personal choice, not by necessity. Not because of the pandemic or anything. I just am a homebody. I just prefer to be at home. And it's safer for our budget if he does the grocery shopping, because we would end up with a bunch of useless crap that we would end up throwing away down the road because it would go expired and go bad. So it's better that I make him a list and he goes and does the shopping. And he does a great job. He always gets exactly what I want. I mean, we have had a couple of snafus where, I've asked him to get cream of mushroom soup to make, I don't know what I was making, green bean casserole, I think, and he came home with fat-free cream of mushroom soup, which, ew, gross, you can't cook with that. So, just a couple little things like that. But for the most part, he does a really good job, and I have no complaints in that department. And hey, one last thing that I have to do, right? Oh, you guys, rookie mistake. I just put those in the wrong, and there's such a similar shade of green. Can you tell the difference? Can you see the ones I just put in there? Oh, come on, Ange, seriously? That's what I get for talking and not paying attention. I need to work on a canvas that's like all one color, where I don't have to switch colors. That way I will not make stupid errors. Oh well. Oh well. It'll all work out in the end. The one thing with these is sometimes they don't snap shut very good. So what I do is I just make sure that I'm holding the other ones closed when I'm pouring it. Not a big deal. I mean, it's not that hard. So, yeah, let's try this again with another color and see if I can manage not to screw up. But Mother's Day, what are you guys' Mother's Day plans? Do you have any family traditions, things that you do every year? Or is this year different because of the pandemic? Or is it a holiday that you don't even celebrate? We're not doing really much of anything. My oldest daughter lives in the same town or close to us. And so she's the daughter that's married that has the 2 children. So her and my granddaughters are going to be coming over later on this afternoon after the little one wakes up from her nap. And we're just going to order pizza. I had thought about inviting the whole family over, my sisters and their families and our parents and all that, and trying to have a cookout, but the weather just really isn't that great here right now. It's not warm. There would be no hanging out outside. It's just not that nice right now. It's sunny today at least, but it's chilly. And so I thought, no, I don't really feel like doing all of that. So it's Mother's Day and I'm a mother too, right? So I'm going to save myself some headache of having to first of all, clean my house if my mother-in-law is coming over, because she's the only one I would care that sees my house messy. And really, I don't care if she sees my house messy either. She knows I'm a slob by now. Um, but I'm going to save myself any work at all, and we're just going to order pizza. I'm not sure. My youngest daughter, Maddie, the one that lives in Detroit, she had talked about coming home this weekend, or today, but I haven't talked to her about it since last weekend, and so I'm not sure if she's still planning on coming home today or not. And if she doesn't, it's not going to hurt my feelings at all. I'm really lucky in that she's 23 years old, almost 24. And I'm really lucky because she does come home and see me about every other weekend. Her boyfriend, who she lives with, who is just an awesome guy, Austin, he works in the radiology. He's a radiological technician. I think that's what his job title is. I might be wrong. At Henry Ford Hospital in Detroit. So he works second shift, and he has every other weekend he has to work. So on his weekends that he is off, she stays home with him in Detroit, and they do things together. But on the weekends that he has to work, she has been coming home and spending the weekends with us, which has been really nice. Over the winter, we've had such a nice time. We get to, she diamond paints. We get to diamond paint. We watched some YouTube videos and learned how to crochet this past winter. So we will work on crochet projects together. So it's fun. Last weekend when she came home, we went shopping. On Sunday we took my son and we went on a little shopping spree. So that was fun. And it's just nice to have her around. It's nice to be able to spend time with your adult child. I know a lot of parents don't have that opportunity. And it's something that I really cherish because I know as she gets older and she gets married and starts having children of her own, if she does, I think that, those things are going to go by the wayside it's just the way of the world. Kids grow up and they leave the nest and they get their own lives and they get too busy. So I really cherish the time that she comes home and I do get to spend with her now. Because when the girls were growing up, I had the girls when I was pretty young. I was 19 when Emily was born and 22 when Madeline was born. So I was working full-time, I was working part-time, and I was also going to school full-time. So when they were little, life was a rush. Plus, they were both involved in activities. They both had dance class. My oldest daughter was really big into soccer. She was on a travel soccer team. She was a dance teacher at the studio they worked at, an assistant teacher. My youngest daughter was on pom-pom. So we were always running. We were always busy. So I feel like their childhood kind of passed me by in the blink of an eye. And I know because when the girls were young and people would say, oh, cherish this time. It's going to be over before you know it. And da-da-da-da. I just think to myself, Jesus Christ, I fucking hope so, right? I can't wait for it to be over because things were just so stressful and hectic and go all the time. And I felt like we lived in the car. But now that those days are over, it really is true. I miss that time. I miss that time in their lives. I miss having, I'm getting emotional and I'm not an emotional person. But I do miss it. I miss having my little girls. I miss having my little girls around. So it's nice that Maddie does get to come home and spend some time. I wish I got to see Emily more. But she has entered that busy phase of her life. She is married, works a full-time job, has 2 small children. The girls are almost 2 and almost 4. So that's a very, very, very busy time in children's lives. They're into everything all the time, and they are living that go, go, go lifestyle. Her husband is in the reserves, but he also works full time for the Army. So he has a lot of responsibilities other than 9 to 5. He has his drill weekends once a month, but then he also has training a lot of times that he has to go to. And actually, this weekend he's at training, so he's not going to be coming over with them when they come over today. But I miss being able to spend the time with my oldest daughter like I'm able to with the youngest. And I do enjoy seeing my granddaughters. They're a blast. They are something else. You know, people also say, and this is something that people tell you it, but you don't realize it for real. And do you ever have that happen to you where, like, it's almost like you have to learn the lesson yourself? Like, somebody will tell you, oh, you don't want to do that, you know, this, so and so and so and so, this is going to happen, that's going to happen. But you don't listen to them really. You've got to kind of get burned yourself. You've got to kind of learn the lesson your own way, so you can really fully appreciate that lesson. You can't just take somebody else's word for it. Yeah, so I also didn't take anybody's word for how much I was going to enjoy grandchildren. I'm not that old. I'm only 47. And I realized I had children. This is what I do with I'm interrupting myself. With my Not Your Mama's mud, I dig out a little bit of it because it is quite pliable. I take it and I just smoosh it into the end of my multi-placer. Put it back in the jar. Good to go. And that's how I do it. That way I'm not stabbing in there and making a mess all over the place. So that's how I like to do it. I don't know if anybody else does it that way or if that's just my method. But it works. It works. But yeah, I didn't believe anybody when they told me how much fun being a grandparent was going to be. But it's really fun. It's so much more fun than being a parent, to be honest with you. They're just so cute, and I think you can enjoy them so much. And this is going to sound terrible, and I don't even care. I think it's so enjoyable because you know that at the end of the day, you're done, and you can give them back, and like you're not living that life 24/7. Like when they're your own kids and they're little and they're running around all over the place, getting into everything, you are weary. You're tired. It's not fun. It's a job. When you're a grandma, you know, yeah, they're little busybodies and it's tiring for the time being, but you know that at the end of the day, they're going home and you get to go back to your life of not having to deal with them 24/7. And just having that knowledge in the back of your mind kind of lets you get through whatever little tantrums they're throwing or, you know, wild mayhem they're putting you through at the moment. So, yeah, so that's the granddaughters. And like I said, they'll be over later. That's why I wanted to get this video recorded early. Nate's still sleeping. He's a gamer. Nate's my son. He's 12. And he stays up all night on the weekends. And not all night, you know what I mean. I'm speaking figuratively. Stays up all night on the weekends and then sleeps in the next day. So he was up gaming late last night, so he's still sleeping. He's across the hall from me right now, but as late as he stays up, I think it would take a demolition crew to rise him, so the sound of me talking in here isn't gonna wake him up. I'm not worried about that at all. But yeah, so that's it. That's my 3 kids, and that's all I have to say about Mother's Day. But let me know what you guys are up to, what your plans are, what you did, what your family did for you, if anything. I didn't get anything for Mother's Day, but I didn't want, well, I'm not going to say I didn't want anything, because and I shouldn't say I didn't get anything. I didn't get anything yet. I got exactly what I wanted. What I want is a hanging planter for my front porch. But it has been unseasonably chilly at night here, and I don't want to have to babysit plants yet. Annuals, in terms of annuals. I don't feel like babysitting plants right now, like having to worry about it getting a frost and having to bring them down and cover them with sheets and all that bullshit. So I told my husband, make you a deal. You can get me a planter for Mother's Day, but let's let the nursery hang on to it for now. And we'll go pick it out once it permanently warms up and we don't have to worry about it. And he said, all right, deal. So that's the deal. I got a planter for Mother's Day, but I just haven't picked it out yet because we're going to let somebody else babysit it for a while. Which is, I was beginning to think that's maybe what I should have done with my baby chicks as well. But they seem to be doing great. This is the first time I've ever had baby chicks and not had them in at least in the mudroom where it's semi-heated. When they were first hatched for the first couple weeks. This is the first time we've ever gotten baby chicks and put them right out into the chicken coop. Now granted, they do have a heat lamp. So it does keep them warm, and I did monitor them for quite a while, and we've raised chickens long enough to know the behavior to look for, to know if your chicks are too cold or too warm or just right, and their behavior indicated that they were just right. They were playing around, they weren't all huddled together, they weren't, on the other hand, conversely, they weren't hiding from the heat lamp. They seemed happy as little clams. So this is the first time we've ever put them directly out into the chicken coop. So I was a bit worried a couple of nights. It was supposed to get down pretty cold. Like we had freeze advisories, freeze warnings. And it did frost. I don't know if it froze, but it did frost. But I went out there first thing the next morning and everybody was happy and cheerful. So no problems there. So the chicks are doing well. And I swear we've only had them, we got them today's Sunday, we got them on Wednesday. And I swear they've already grown like by double. It's amazing how Mother Nature works. It's just amazing to see how quickly those little babies can grow. It's fun. It's so fun. They're already starting to get feathered out on their wings. Some of them have their tail feathers coming in. So that's fun to watch. Fun to watch that happen. And we have not had chickens in probably 5 years. We used to have a very large flock. Not very large, but larger. I only have 14 now. We used to have upwards of 25, 30 chickens. So this is, about half of what we normally have or have had in the past. And in the past, we used to let our hens do the work for us. We didn't buy chicks. We would let our hens, when our hens would get broody, and I don't know if you're not familiar with chicken terminology, getting broody means when a hen gets it in her head that she wants to lay on her eggs. So in other words, when you go to gather eggs for the day, if the hen is laying on the nest rather than just lays her egg and then gets up and leaves for the day, which is what they normally do, if a hen decides to get broody, you can, shoo her off the eggs and take the eggs, or you can let the eggs sit in the hopes that they are fertile and she will continue sitting on them until they hatch chicks. So in the past, when we wanted new chicks, we would let our broody hens sit on the eggs, and we would let, mother hen do her thing and just let Mother Nature take its course, and we'd get our baby chicks that way. So this has been fun getting them new from the hatchery. We haven't done that in a while. So that's been fun. And then we've got one new thing this year that we haven't had in the past. We always have wildlife in the backyard. We have deer that come through every night. Well, night and morning, really, but I see them more in the evening. My husband sees them in the morning because he's up and in the back of the house, and I'm in the front of the house. We have wild turkeys that have been coming to our yard lately. So that's really exciting, too. It's fun to see those. It was just turkey hunting season. My husband or I, neither one of us have ever turkey hunted. We both deer hunt, but we've never turkey hunted. So we were thinking next year maybe we'll get a turkey license and do some turkey hunting if we continue to see turkeys on our property. So that would be fun. Wouldn't that be a fun Thanksgiving dinner to have a turkey that you shot yourself? Well, you know what? That might be a sensitive issue. Maybe I shouldn't talk about it. I don't know if you're not a hunter or not sympathetic to hunters. I mean, I guess maybe that's something I shouldn't talk about. But, if you eat meat, your meat comes from somewhere, and we are deer hunters, and we've got 2 deer in the freezer. Well, what's left of 2 deer, because we've eaten quite a bit of it. But I'd rather eat that venison from a deer that I processed myself, harvested myself, than go to the store and buy meat in a package that came from a farm where, who knows what the animal was bred to be slaughtered. So I guess that's just a whole big political thing that I'm sure somebody will have feelings on. And if you do, you can let me know. I respect other people's opinions. I have mine. I'm a hunter. We provide for our family by hunting and fishing, and it's just part of who we are. So there's that. So the turkeys have been around. Then we've got the geese. The geese, we have geese in our pond that roost every single spring and have babies. And they're Canadian geese. Canadian geese are the trash pandas of the winged species. Canadian geese are nuisance, disgusting animals. They are horrible. They are mean. They are territorial. They are filthy. They poop as big as dogs. And they have nests and lay eggs around our pond and raise their young in our pond every single summer. And they stay around until those babies are big enough to fly away, which is usually around July or August. And it's miserable because our pond is a good distance away from the back of our house, but they come all the way up almost to our back deck, and they poop everywhere. And their poop is as big as dog poop. It's horrible. It's disgusting. It's stinky. It's gross. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. But there's nothing you can do about them. They're protected species. I don't even think there's a goose hunting season. If there is, I don't know about it because goose isn't something that I don't think is very good to eat. So I don't think that there's a big market out there for goose. So I don't know about any goose hunting season, if there is one. But I know that we can't do anything to get rid of them there are deterrents that you can use. People have line fences on their beaches so that to try to deter the geese from coming up onto their beaches, and they have horns that you can blow to try to scare them off and whatnot. But you can't harm the geese to try to get rid of them, is what I'm saying. So we've just got to deal with that. And I thought we were in the clear this year. I thought maybe we weren't going to have any. And then just this morning, as I went out to check on the chicks and take them fresh food and water, I saw a whole family swimming in the pond, mom, dad, and about 5 babies. So we do have a family of geese. So that's going to be, that's par for the course. I expect it. We have it every year. Not a big deal, but it is a pain in the butt. I don't like it. I expect it, but I don't like it. But we have also had, and I hope it also doesn't ruin our chances for a new thing we've had in our pond this spring, which we have seen them several times, and I'm hoping that they're building a nest, is wood ducks. Wood ducks are a wild species of duck in this part of North America. And they're very pretty. They've got a big baffled head. They're really very cool looking ducks. So usually we have mallards. Mallards are the most common kind of duck that we have around here. But wood ducks are cool. Something different to have around and to have in the yard. So there's that. And I think that's all the wildlife talk I have. Didn't intend it to turn into a wildlife talk. It just kind of went that way, didn't it? I don't know what symbol I'm looking for. I'm looking for R. R. There it is. So yeah, I was going like gangbusters on this canvas, and I've got until, I don't think that this event ends until June sometime. I may be wrong. April 20th. I might be wrong, but in any event, I've got quite a while before this event is over, and I didn't want to just bust through this canvas and lose my motivation to be active on the Facebook groups and cheering everybody else on. So I decided I'd slow up a little bit on it and stick it off to the side, and I've been working on my Starry Night Santa, and I've been working on my models, and that's a video that you guys are going to see tomorrow. I don't care if you don't like it. I'm going to show it to you anyways. Don't watch it if you don't want to. I got another miniature kit in, and I finished another one, and I am quite far into yet another one. So I want to show you my progress there. I'll show you my finish, and I will unbox the new kit. And I really want to unbox the new kit because I want to get started on it. It's one I'm going to make for my daughter. She has it's a coffee house, and she has a little espresso station set up in her house down in Detroit. And I thought it would look so cute sitting on her buffet in her dining room next to her little coffee station. And so I want to break that open and get into it, because heaven forbid I should only have one thing going at a time. I've got to have like 10 things going at a time at least. So I want to unbox that, and I'll be showing you guys that video tomorrow. And then I'm waiting on some orders that I'm starting to get a little bit, I'm going to be honest, I'm starting to get a little salty about it. I saw someone unbox an order from DIY Moonshop that they said that they had placed at the end of March, and they got their kits in the 1st of May. I placed an order with DIY Moonshop on March 17th. I still haven't received notification or been on the roll call that my purchase is even in production. So I don't know what the heck to think with that, but I feel like that's been a long time. I understand they're made to order, blah, blah, blah. I knew this going in, blah, blah, blah. And so I do understand. But when I heard that somebody who ordered after me already got theirs, you know, you'd feel that way too. Don't lie. You'd be like, what? I was here first. Everybody has that feeling. But I'll continue to be patient with that. That's my first order from DIY Moon Shop. So I guess I'm just excited to see it, excited to get it and see what it's all about. Another order I'm waiting for is from Treasure Studios Arts. The reason I'm a little salty about that order doesn't have as much to do with TSA as it has to do with shipping. Shipping on it, it's been, put it this way, tracking on it shows that it has not moved since April 28th. It's been in the same place since April 28th in Ohio, which is one state away from me. So it's sitting somewhere in Ohio, one state away, and why isn't it coming to me? I don't understand. It's not like it's stuck in customs or anything like that. It's just sitting somewhere, one state away, and I don't know. I want to drive there and get it, for God's sake. But I've got that, and I have a few other outstanding orders. So hopefully I'll have some unboxings soon of more diamond paintings. And hopefully another WIP and Chat to come next week. So I think I'm going to wrap it up. I think I heard my husband come back in from the grocery store. I'm going to make some strawberry shortcake to go with our pizza. That seems to be a family favorite, so I thought that would be a good dessert, and it would, at least I would be doing something to contribute other than calling and going online to Jet's Pizza and ordering a pizza. But I think that this is looking great. I love the way it's turning out. I hope if you want this kit, you can get your hands on it when it does come back in stock. I love the way the butterflies are turning out. I think they're so detailed and so beautiful, especially this guy up here. I think he looks great. That one looks good too. They all look good. They all look good. And the flowers are looking so nice. But I think I'm going to let you guys go and just stay tuned. Like I said, tomorrow will be more miniatures, and we'll see what happens after that. So have a great Mother's Day if you're celebrating, and have a great Sunday if you're not. And I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye.